If you've been following along with the Mira's build, and you've been watching all the previous episodes of the Mira build, you know how much work's gone into it. But lately, there's been a bit of an issue with the temps on it. The main problem being the temps are getting up to above 100 degrees, and coolant is sort of disappearing out of thin air. And when you take the radiator cap off, it's just bubbling of air and coolant coming out of it. So today we're going to pull the front off. We're going to have to take the head off, and the head might be warped, but we'll see. We'll replace the head gasket, and while we're there we're going to do some head studs and maybe even upgrade the head a little bit more. But first we're going to see what's going on with it. So let's get into it. After staring at this thing for quite a long time, I think I've figured out what's going on. This cylinder, the reason why that's all carbonized is there's oil leaking in from the spark plug seal. This cylinder's perfect. This cylinder's a bit dirty. And if you look here, right there, there's like a gouge. It must have been from when I was porting the combustion chamber. I must have accidentally nicked it, and I think that's where water's leaking in. Because if you look at the corresponding cylinder, which would be, if you look at where that bit on the head would be right here, and you look into this cylinder, you can see it looks like watermarks, and it's like corroded a little bit. But as for the flatness of the head, I don't think it's too far. I don't think it's warped in any way. It's pretty flat wherever you look at it. Obviously I got to clean it up a bit more and then re-look at it, but I feel like it's not warped at all. And same with the block. I haven't cleaned it yet, obviously, but I feel like it's pretty flat. As for the water pump, you turn the pulley. Yeah, it's like moving, so I assume that's pretty good. So it seems to be the next step we're going to take is just clean everything and give it a bit more of an inspection once it's clean, but everything looks pretty good. But the gap tolerance for a head gasket ideally is nothing, but it's 0.1 of a mil, which is, you see that? 0.1. So if I put this there, I can't actually get that underneath. Just. It catches on the ruler. I'm just going to put it down to head gasket failure at this stage and clean everything up, put it back together and see how it goes. going from this style nut, bolt to a 12-pointed nut, and because the head's so small, I had to go and get a special socket. It's a deep socket that's 12-pointed. It's the only thing that'll fit, just for the head studs. When doing the head bolts or studs, nuts, it's important to do it tighten them progressively 3 times. So first instance I'd do 50 Newton meters, 70 Newton meters. These studs are rated for 100 Newton meters, but I've just gone up to 90 Newton meters because that's well above standard Newton meters anyway. And then when you're tightening them, there's a sequence that you've got to do. So the sequence typically goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you put your camshafts in, on the back of the camshaft, there are these 2 aligning marks on each cam gear. And they go pretty much like that, so that when they, how can I get that, like that, so they both line up together. So you put this one in first, into about there, and then when you put this one in, you've got to mate it up. See how these two here are lined up, and then these top 2, when the gears spin around, they will line up. But for now, we've got to do the cam caps. It's also important to line the cam caps with oil before you put them on. I didn't show you that in the video, but it's very important you do that. So when doing up the cam caps, just do them all finger tight to begin with. Okay, these get torqued down to 12.5 Newton meters. There's also a stage sequence you've got to do them to, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And let's check to make sure the cams spin. Perfect. There's also this bolt here, and the reason that's in there is there's 2 cogs here, 2 gears, and they're sprung together, and you put that through there so when you put it in, it lines up. So now that it's in there, we're going to remove it. And putting the timing belt on, you've got to align the cams and the pulley. So right here on this black piece right there, I don't know if you can see it, just there, there's an alignment mark, and we'll turn the pulley so you can see that this alignment mark here is aligned with the mark. see that there's this dot here that lines up with this mark here. It's kind of a little bit out of line, but it'll do. I'm still going to be painting this, but I'm just going to put it in here, on here to protect everything. That's enough for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped in any way of all the timing information. But yeah, next time we're going to be putting the rest of the motor back together, including the turbo and all the other pieces, and hopefully get it started. Cool. See you next time.